Hello, Ray Rosher with Miss Britt Charters here in Miami, Florida. Wanted to talk about something that's very important to us in our everyday life. You know, charter fishing, we do a lot of things on the water that kind of require versatility. These rigging tables that are made by Taco fit that bill. We can adjust the angle of the table so they can fit in a gunnel, or in this case in a 90-degree rod holder. They work great just to be able to rig baits. Whether, if you notice, like right now, I can rig a bait in the shade. So being able to move these tables around, keep you in the shade, they keep you know, your tools where they belong. You basically have places for lots of things that you'll use in the process of rigging your baits. But great tools, great tables, a lot easier than building them yourself, I can tell you that. So one of the things I'm going to rig on this table today is a Bonita strip. We went through a little bit ago how to cut the Bonita strips. This is basically how we would rig them on a planer. Take a strip, in this case it's about an 8-inch strip, and we measure out the strip. There's two ways you can secure it. You can use a piece of copper wire like we did with the ballyhoo, where you wrap it through the eye. Of course, it doesn't need to be this long. You would only need about 4 inches of wire to attach to the eye the way we showed you for the ballyhoo. And then you would advance the strip so that you tie the strip to the leading edge of the hook. But when we're charter fishing and we're just going through baits quickly, you know, king fishing on the edge, a lot of times you get a lot of bites. You don't really need to mess with wiring the strip to the eye of the hook. We simply measure it out so that the strip lays just like this on 2 hooks. So we would poke the first hook right there in the leading edge of the strip, and then the only thing that's left is to measure out where that second hook would go. Put your thumb right where it belongs, bend it back, poke it through right there, and now you have a perfect straight strip. That strip will flutter. One of the reasons that you don't worry about the space between the leading edge of the strip and the hook is we make dusters that have either a metal head or a clear plastic head that you can use as basically a way to create color and flash in front of that bait. And you see the length of that duster kind of takes you as far back as you need to introduce that strip to the bait. So in other words, it fills that gap. So anyways, duster in front of a Bonita strip, hard to beat that combination. A lot of things will eat it. You can also do other things like add a secondary strip that's more like a vinyl skirt and then put the duster on top. There's a lot of variations, but anything that adds some color and flash in front of that strip is a plus. So I think you'll like that. I'm going to show you real quick a knot that we use. If I want to make this little leader into something that can be snapped onto, let's say, a snap swivel, it's called a perfection loop. You take your tag, about 6 inches of tag, you'll make an underhand loop, make another loop that's almost the same length, and then you see this one goes in between the two and you just pinch it down. Now you take this hook, grab that one, pull it through the hole, that's a perfection loop. I'm going to show you another knot. Three up, 3 down, through the hole in the middle. See, that knot gives you 2 strands going through the eye of the hook. Extremely strong. This gives you almost 100% line strength. So if this were 30-pound test, the knot would break really close to 30-pound test. It'll pretty much cut you before it'll break. Very strong knot. I use this knot a lot in my younger years when I commercial fished a lot. It was taught to me by a guy named Greg Beecher, who's now passed away, but He swore me to secrecy about that knot. He used it to catch a lot of giant bluefin tunas, you know, more than 30 years ago. So it was a knot that he swore by, and matter of fact, it was almost 40 years ago when he showed it to me, and caught a lot of fish because of that knot. Super, super strong. And that perfection loop, that combination's hard to beat, and that's how we tie a lot of things. But a perfection loop is a good way to see. It also keeps the teaser from coming off. Makes a quick loop that you can tie a snap swivel to. So you're ready to go right here. That'd be a good rigger bait.